Om Sri Lakshmi Narasimhaya Namaha. Amrita Bindu Upanishad. Number 1. The mind is chiefly spoken of as of two kinds, pure and impure. The impure mind is that which is possessed of desire, and the pure is that which is devoid of desire. 2. It is indeed the mind that is the cause of man's bondage and liberation. The mind that is attached to sense objects leads to bondage, while disassociated from sense objects, it tends to lead to liberation. So they think. 3. Since liberation is predicated of the mind, devoid of desires for sense object, therefore the mind should always be made free of such desires by the seeker after liberation. 4. When the mind, with its attachment for sense objects annihilated, is fully controlled with the heart and thus realizes its own essence, then that supreme state is gained. 5. The mind should be controlled to that extent in which it gets merged in the heart. This is jnana, realization, and this is dhyana, meditation also. All else is argumentation and verbiage. 6. The supreme state is neither to be thought of as being something external and pleasing to the mind, nor unworthy to be thought of as something unpleasant to the mind, nor is to be thought of as being of the form of sense pleasures, but to be thought of as the essence of the ever manifest, eternal, supreme bliss itself. That Brahman, which is free from all partiality, is attained in that state. 7. One should duly practice concentration on Om first, through the means of its letters. Then meditate on Om without regard to its letters. Finally, on the realization with this later form of meditation on Om, the idea of the non-entity is attained as entity. 8. That alone is Brahman, without components parts, without doubt and without taint. Realizing I am the Brahman, one becomes the immutable Brahman. 9. Brahman is, without doubt, endless, beyond reason and analogy, beyond all proofs, and causeless knowing, which the wise one becomes free. 10. The highest truth is that pure consciousness which realizes there is neither control of the mind nor its coming into play. Neither I am bound, nor I am a worshipper, neither I am a seeker after liberation, nor one who has attained liberation. 11. Verily the Atman should be known as being the same in its states of wakefulness, dreaming, and dreamless sleep. For him who has transcended the three states, there is no more rebirth. 12. Being the One, the universal soul is present in all beings. Though one, it is seen as many, like the moon in the water. 13. Just as it is a jar, which being removed from one place to another changes places and not the akasha enclosed in the jar, so is the jiva, which resembles the akasha. 14. When various forms like the jar are broken again and again, the akasha does not know them to be broken, but he knows perfectly. 15. Being covered by Maya, which is mere sound, it does not through darkness know the Akasha, the blissful one. When ignorance is rent asunder, it being then itself only sees the unity. 16. The Om as word is first looked upon as the supreme Brahman. After that word idea has vanished, that imperishable Brahman remains. The wise one should meditate on the imperishable Brahman if he desires the peace of his soul. 17. Two coins of Vidya ought to be known, the word Brahman and the supreme Brahman. One having mastered the word Brahman attains to the highest Brahman. 18. After studying the Vedas, the intelligent one who is solely intent on acquiring knowledge and realization should discard the Vedas altogether, as the man who seeks to obtain rice discards the husk. 19. Of cows which are of diverse colors, the milk is of the same color. The intelligent one regards jnana as the milk, and the many branched Vedas as the cows. 20. Like the butter hidden in the milk, the pure consciousness resides in every being. that ought to be constantly churned out to be churning rod of the mind. 21. Taking hold of the rope of knowledge, one should bring out like fire the supreme Brahman. I am the Brahman, indivisible, immutable, and calm. Thus it is thought of. 22. In whom resides all being, and who resides in all beings by virtue of his being the giver of grace to all. I am the soul of the universe, the supreme being. I am the soul of the universe, the supreme being. Om, may he protect us both together. May he nourish us both together. May we work conjointly with great energy. May our study be vigorous and effective. May we not mutually dispute, or may we not hate any. Om, let there be peace in me. Let there be peace in my environment. Let there be peace in the forces that act on me. Here ends the Amrita Bindu Upanishad as contained in the Krishna Yajurveda. Om Sri Krishnarpanamastu.